Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today I'm going to be taking a look at a new game, upcoming game. This is Tower of the Ice Lich. This was a key sent to me by the developers. A small indie team said, could I take a look at it? And I said I'd be happy to. As I understand it, I've not played it yet, but as I understand it, it's kind of like a digitalized, like choose your own adventure book for anyone who played those when they were younger. I think it's kind of like a roguelite, I think. Apparently runs are quite quick. They generally take about 15 minutes, apparently. So we'll definitely take a look at one, and perhaps more. Tower of the Ice Lich. Deep in the northern wasteland, a tower of ice and stone stands. The nomadic tribes whisper of a slumbering titan, its horn the foundation of the tower, a measure to keep it dormant and the world safe from its insatiable hunger. The Magi of the south dismiss it as a mere ruin, sanctified and abandoned long ago. The secretive warlocks murmur, a different tale of a dark sorcerer who forsook the warmth of his homeland to delve into the mysteries of death in the land of perpetual snow. Yet among the few you know the truth. The tower harbours hungry beasts, lethal traps, corrupt magic, and the fabled treasures of myth, a lure that has tempted many. And the greatest horror of all is that at its highest floor, its undead ruler awaits, and the Ice Lich does not welcome uninvited guests. Let's play a new game. Let's go in on the middle one. So you get a choice of 4 characters to begin with different stats. And I understand there are 2 others to unlock. Maybe these are the ones you still unlock? Or can I do anyone? I don't know. Let's see, we've got Aerial for the kind. Strength 3, Dex 1, Intelligent 2. We've got a sanity meter, that always bodes well, like a game with a sanity meter. We've got what looks like a warrior class. I'm wondering if that might be a good sort of starting point. High strength, decent dex, low intelligence, but you know. Or we've got someone who's like Titus here. Basically, it looks like a good all-rounder. Or there's Mira the Meek, who has 0 strength. So if I click that, okay, we can play as them. Titus does not fear evil. He has willingly tasted the sweet embrace of darkness himself. Once he was the power-hungry 4th son of a noble, but without a prosperous future he has discarded his surname and honour to be the Blightborn instead. It says Blithborn, but I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Blightborn. In fact, it spells it correctly next, doesn't it? As the Blightborn, he wanders the land, committed to finding a way to quench his desire to rule unquestioned. Theft, murder, and sorcery, no vile deed is beneath his plotting mind. Ooh, dear, a bit of a bad guy. Now, he believes he has found a way to absolute power. The solution rests within this icy tower and its undead ruler, and it will be his when he crushes the Lich's head with his boot. Ooh. Okay, yeah, we're a bit of a bad guy. A Black Knight type character, let's do it. You enter the icy tower and find yourself in a crumbling but impressive entrance hall with thick pillars supporting the cracked ceiling. You smile, and it is a wicked one. This place will be a satisfactory fitting one for your tyrannical rule. Satisfactorily fitting one? I think probably for your tyrannical rule. There we go. I'm not quite sure what these lots are. I assume it's like equipment we might find, so let's just continue. It's like a little map. I think there's 6 floors and then the Lich. What have we got? Suddenly you hear a voice from behind a pillar. From its shadow emerges a hooded little creature, apparently not hostile. It congratulates you on surviving the journey and offers an item for a meagre price. Just some of your luck in exchange. Okay, so I have luck 3. It sounds like if I accept this trade, I'm going to lose my luck. Or we could try killing the creature and stealing the item. Let's kill the creature and steal the item. We are an evil knight, so... The creature snickers with the words, "A simple no would be enough," and disappears in a cloud of smoke. The only thing left is the echo of its laugh in the waiting tower. Okay. I guess we'll lean into our evil tendencies as much as we can. Abandoned in the corner stands a dusty altar dedicated to the blood god Kronos, a warrior deity of battle and honour. Though neglected, the holy presence is still strong. A stern voice in your head starts to scold you for your dark ways. Battle and honour, huh? Yeah, well, we do have dark ways. So is there stuff I can click on in the pictures? I think that's just art that just shows us, where we are. Sacrifice some blood, so I lose some health. I don't know what I would gain, though. We have an intelligence roll. Oh, we got 2 intelligence. Failure is sanity -1. Ignore the voice and search the room. Let's do that. Ooh. So a 10 for success, right? Our intelligence is 2. So we want, yeah, so minimum 8 on 2 die. We'll re-roll. Could be doable. 12. There we go. Success. Great success. Ignore the voice, search the room. The voice in your head intensifies while you search the shelves and starts to reprimand you for your dishonourable actions in life. But your resolve is strong. Though you find nothing of value, you will not break from the pathetic naggings of a god. So what did it say what I found? Maybe I didn't find anything. Do I want to okay, sacrifice blood. What does that do? The blood drips on the altar, and to your surprise, the stony surface eagerly sucks it up like a dry piece of wood. Besides feeling a bit weaker, nothing else seems to have changed. Continue. Hidden behind a stone slab at an alcove, you find a small coffin. In the casket is the skeleton of an infant, picked clean of all flesh. In addition to the body, iron scissors are placed on top of the remains. Is this a local burial custom, or is it something connected to the Lich's sorcerous plans? Let's continue. The room reveals a weird sight, a tiny pyramid with an obsidian door, which you discover is locked. You check the lock, and it is extremely complicated, so without a specific key, you cannot open it. Okay. A giant armoured creature comes at you with its long arms swinging. The room shakes as the immense foe advances, and you desperately ready yourself to get away quickly, so I've got a dex roll. Let's try and evade, I suppose. Need a 10. That should be good. Yeah, got an 11. Good. You duck below the obvious swings and dart past the clumsy creature, quickly exiting the room before it can turn around and crush your poor body. Oh, it's like we're in a lab. Seeing if I can click on stuff. When you enter this room, a strong chemical stench makes you retch. It comes from a large cracked glass tube leaking poisonous sludge all over the floor. With your eyes tearing up, you try to cross the room while covering your mouth with your arm. This is pure poison, and you need to exit this room quickly. Looks like we've got another roll here. Strength roll. Success next room, failure -4 health. We won't be dead, but we would be pretty badly hurt. It's still a 10, huh? So, yeah, that's not good. Let's re-roll. Oh god, snake eyes. Okay, that's not good. Okay, so we're losing 4 health. Yikes. Being blind from your runny eyes, you stumble forward until your lungs ache. It would be best if you breathe. Your body screams. Accidentally, you fall into a table, and in a panic, you take a breath. You can see the exit now, but your lungs are on fire. Will you survive this, so close to your salvation? You notice something is off with one of the walls in this room. Upon closer inspection, you see that a part of the wall is in fact a door. Behind the false wall, you find some slippery, icy stairs leading upwards. Okay, carry on. A huge crack in the wall is... Oh god, this is our death if this happens. Okay, a huge... Oh god, they're big birds. A huge crack in the wall has opened the room to the outside, and another unwanted visitors. The huge bone nest close to the hole certainly belongs to one of those. It even started a family here, as the nest is filled with sleeping gargantuan chicks, and they look like they crave meat, including yours. Okay, roll? That's a fail. Right, we do a re-roll. 12, okay. Got it that time. You're almost tempted to sing a nursery rhyme just in case, but you hold your tongue and succeed in exiting the room. No, at least you will not be fed to giant birds today. Tomorrow, who knows? You find a worthless, crumbling book stinking of seaweed and covered in mould. Even though the ground is cold, the tome is warm, and its soggy, unreadable pages are not frozen solid. Squinting with your eyes, you read what is left of the title Necron. Tear the book apart? You grab the book and tear it apart. Being more mould than book, this is easy, but as you destroy it, you're certain you heard something, like a horrific scream from something immense. It must have been your imagination. You enter an icy kitchen. The room contains a large cupboard of stone with doors frozen shut by the deep cold. A thought crosses your mind, could any food be preserved within? So we could tap on the cupboard. It's an intelligence roll. It doesn't sound like anything will hurt us. Did fail that. Reroll? One more reroll. Nope. The sound echoes in the kitchen, but it only sounds like you're hitting a rock. Let's pry the cupboard open. I don't get a reroll on this, unfortunately, but we succeed, so we get some food, and we've gained back a couple of health. With some effort, you open the cupboard, revealing chunks of frozen meat and bread. Overcome by hunger, you hastily consume the food. Satisfied, you proceed with renewed energy. You see a face staring back at you from inside this sealed crystal bottle. First, you think it's a shrunken head until it blinks and bares its pointy teeth. It looks angry and more spectral than you expected. You discern that removing the silver cork would be a bad idea. Yeah, let's not do that then. Oh, I've got another chance to... I'm out of luck roll. I wonder if we replenish... I feel like it has been replenishing, but maybe only if you succeed on the reroll? I'm not sure. You find yourself in an empty study with a single ancient book on a worm-eaten reading stand. The book explains the secret of time itself. Okay. That's a success, so we get luck +1. Very nice. As you understand the book's meaning, you suddenly see your destiny as the gods intended, and that your path forward is blessed. Let's search the study. You search the study and find that someone has carved the words, "There has always been a lich, and there will always be a lich in the tower," on the side of a bookcase. Do I search again? Maybe. Empty besides the book and the carving. Well, let's head on then. Suddenly, oh god, if we fail this, this is going to be our death. Suddenly, the floor panels open and spinning gears with blades emerge. They move quickly in a complicated pattern, following inlaid tracks on the floor. So this is an intelligence roll. We've had quite a lot of intelligence rolls. That might be something that's worth looking at other characters who have high intelligence, perhaps. But these events are random. They're different each time, so there's no guarantee we'd find the same stuff. Let's... I have one reroll available, which we're going to use. Oh, just did it. Okay. We are eking through this by the skin of our teeth. You observe the gear's patterns. When ready, you advance, counting silently in your head. Some brief moments later, you stand safely on the other side. Ooh. As you enter this icy crypt, you notice a rusty iron fence protecting the northern alcoves. In one of them, you see something glimmering. Could that be a valuable item? So this is a dex roll. We're out of rerolls. I would quite like to... Why don't we search the crypt first? You quickly search the room and discover that the fence is connected to a mechanism controlled by a lever on one of the walls. Unfortunately, the lever is cleanly broken off and the mechanism is now rusted shut. Let's grab the item. Okay. One shy. You stretch your arm, shifting your body to reach it, but you overextend, and with a horrible crack, you dislocate your shoulder, and the jolt of pain makes you scream out loud. No, that item is beyond your reach, as if it's taunting you, and you should move on. Gazing into the small mirror on the wall, you see a horrible apparition look back at you. That's me. You are taken aback momentarily, perceiving the mirror depicting a monster. Then you realise it is just your usual face, and with no mirrors on the journey, it makes you truly forget how you look. And you have seen better days. Let's take the mirror. You take the mirror. It might be a good distraction. It's a very normal mirror, but its reflection is horrible. Keep. Yes, so we've got an item now. The mirror has no magic beyond the one to reflect beauty, which excludes you. Keep. So let's move on. As you enter the room, you see an ice-covered bridge that spans a dark, howling abyss, and you guess it is a shortcut you can try to cross. You also notice bones from some unlucky traveller close to where you stand. So we have a dex roll. Failure would kill us. I'm not going to be fool of a took and kick a bone into the abyss, but... What does continue? Someone has built a column of severed heads in an adjacent alcove to your room. It is almost twice your height, and the empty eye sockets seem to judge you silently. You notice a gap, indicating that one of the heads has recently been removed. Let's kick it. If this is the Lich's taste in art, it isn't very good. You kick it out of spite, and the skulls pour out on the floor with a loud crash. No, this was not your tankard of ale, and you, the art critic, satisfied with your deed, proceed to the next room. I don't know what that abyss check was. I didn't want to do it, because if I failed, I would have died. But we might have to do that anyway. Giant tentacles protrude from a dark abyss in the middle of the room, hovering like cobras. They constantly survey the room for intruders. As you try to stay still, you deduce that they have not noticed you yet. We could throw and sacrifice the mirror. You take the mirror and throw it as far away as possible. The loud crash from the impact makes the tentacles instantly react. While they trash the area with the sound, you run to the next room for your life. Good. You find a small model of a longboat on the floor. It is sickly green with a tattered cloth sail, and the hull is made of a slippery material with a foul, cheesy smell. After a closer look, you discover to your disgust that it is toenails carefully glued together. The craftsmanship is excellent, however. Alright, moving on from that, I suppose. To your surprise, the room feels weirdly warm. Most of it is occupied by a big patch of grass. On it grows mushrooms, many heavy with spores. They are probably not poisonous. You ask yourself uncertainly as you look across the room to the other side. We could do an intelligence roll without downside. See if we can identify them. That looks like a no. You have no idea what it is. I guess we walk very carefully and hope to succeed. Oh, that was nearly a success. Okay, 2 sanity. Fine. We got a bit of sanity. As you cross the room, you suddenly stumble and step on a large mushroom, releasing a cloud of spores you unfortunately inhale. The world starts spinning around you as you leave the room. So, yeah, okay. You see an iridescent crystal quickly rising from a hole in the floor. It starts spinning maddeningly, overflowing the room with a psychedelic flashing light. Your head starts to hurt, so we have an intelligence roll. And we'll lose sanity if we fail. Just a success. There we go. You shut your eyes and turn away, withstanding the effects of the crystal, and move on through the room. The alchemy laboratory in this room has seen recent use and has an open recipe book nearby. The open spread contains notes and translations explaining how to make a potion of life. If you want, you could try to brew this potion. Okay, so failure minus sanity. Yeah, I'll give it a go. Hopefully we pass. That's a failure. Fine. You work diligently in the laboratory and successfully create a murky blue-black potion. Is it supposed to look like this? Well, you promptly drink it anyway. Whatever this foul-tasting brew was, it didn't heal you. In truth, you feel much worse. Alright, look through the book. You quickly flip through the book, concluding that no other recipe is translated, but there are some nice drawings of toads in it. Well, wasn't completely wasted then. Between the rooms there's an alcove with a large dragon skull. You think that the creature, when alive, must have been the size of at least 2 farmhouses. Someone has, though, used the skull for target practice, placing a huge bolt squarely between its eyes. So these things I find, I can't, do anything with these. Interesting. The pit contains a pile of rotting bodies. Most of them are frozen solid. You realise you could carefully descend into the pit and search the corpses for something of value. Let's search the urn first. The urn contains bones from at least 3 people. Many of them have teeth marks on them. Otherwise the urn contains nothing valuable, not even for a collector of rare bones, which you are not. Let's search. Cool. What do we get? One of the corpses clutches something in its stiff, frozen fingers. You pry the fingers apart until they break with a loud snap and release a faint odour of rot. But you now hold an item in your hand. Let's examine it. The tome Gers Arcana claims to be able to train your thinking and perception to a level far beyond normal. So this looks like it's increasing our intelligence by 1. We'll do that. And there we go. Our intelligence is up by 1. Carrying this massive opus makes you feel much smarter. Cool. Suddenly, accompanied by the smell of rotting flesh, a shambling cadaver launches itself from the shadows towards your exposed throat. Okay. I'm definitely seeing we shouldn't really be using our luck on less important rolls. I feel that now. I kind of thought we might find a way to regenerate it more easily, but we do succeed. You forcefully push the walking corpse away from you with the butt of your weapon. and take a step back and skewer its rotting head. A high wall of fire blocks your way forward in this room. Sweating in your winter clothes, you desperately look around for a solution. You discover a heavy urn that could, in theory, disrupt the firewall. Well, we could figure out another solution, because our intelligence is pretty good now, so 7 or more would be a success. That's a 5, so we'll have to fail. Nope, there's no other solution. Burn or not burn, that is the question. Alright, well, we'll try. Ah, God, we keep just scraping through. Almost at the top. The massive urn successfully blocks some of the fire, and you can safely advance to the next room. Ooh, hello. A small, disgusting imp leaps from a hidden crevice. It darts around you quick as lightning, trying to find an opening to bite your leg with its dirty teeth. This is another dex roll. Okay, we won't die if we lose this, but we'd rather not. Nope. Down to our last health now. The imp sinks its teeth into your left leg before you throw it to the ground and crush it with your foot. You hope it doesn't carry a disease. The fountain of blood dominates this room, surrounded by flaming braziers and the overwhelming stench of wet, succulent iron. Drink a handful of warm blood, health +1. Yeah, let's do that. Drinking fresh blood is not the worst you've done, but at least it will nourish you. Move the braziers. Okay, so we could gain a luck here if we succeed. We do not. So I lose that health I just gained. You use all your strength, but fail to move the braziers and end up burning yourself. So how many floors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the final floor before the boss fight. Somehow we're scraping through. In the corridor between rooms, you find the torso of a man hanging from the ceiling. On each side dangles a black raven in similar heavy iron chains. Though rotten and frozen, the man was old with a large grey beard. You notice he only has one eye. That sounds like Odin, doesn't it? And Munin and Hugin. You have entered a dusty room packed to the roof with old furniture. Your attention is drawn to a small chest that looks out of place among all the clutter. You quickly check and discover it's locked and something seems to be inside. So we have a dex roll. We'll try it. Yeah, good item. What do we get? What do we get? The lock is tricky and you discover that you focus so hard on the task that you bite your tongue. But finally you hear a satisfying click. Opening the chest, the contents are revealed to be a useful item. Staring at this yellow potion, you suddenly remember your childhood and dreams. It smells strongly of summer and hope. So if we drink it, it looks like we're going to replenish 2 luck, which I think we absolutely need to do. Yeah, drinking the potion feels like getting punched in your happy place and liking it. Okay, let's search the room. You take your time searching the room. That chest isn't going anywhere, but the space contains no secrets besides a comfortable chair you sit in with a sigh. Alright, continue. This... Okay, if we fail this... We do have 2 rerolls now, luckily. This seemingly innocent urn had a nasty surprise in store. Rising from their slumber inside, a swarm of hungry, blood-sucking bugs sees you as their next meal. Yeah. To reroll. There goes the luck. I think our luck's run out. Game over! And so ends this life. Your tender flesh will feed the creatures of the tower for many days. Then your bones will be discarded into the tundra to share an icy grave with all the other forgotten weaklings. That was cool. Let's try another run. Oh, okay, so the easy mode just reduces the target on the rolls by 1, and then Nightmare increases it. Well, it's still 10, but it's got this red skull on it. Let's try an easy run and see what difference that makes then. So who's got high intelligence? And there is this, or we could try and do like a 0 strength run with Mirror the Meek, who has lower health but more luck, and dex, and intelligence. Let's give it a go. I'm not going to be much of a fighter. As her life enters its final phase, the hag, once known as Mirror the Beautiful, is desperate. A life of evil acts does not bode well for the afterlife, and the ailment of old age is humiliating for someone who once danced wildly with the oak forest satyrs or conjured lightning storms. with her mind gradually succumbing to her cravings of feeling her young flesh again. Not even a lifetime of witchery can give solace. But what it can give is a solution. The life force of an ancient lich, a potent remedy to death, holds the key to her salvation. As such, Mira starts her final journey to the undead sorcerer's icy tower, determined to reclaim her youth. Let's go. You've entered the icy tower and find yourself in a crumbling but impressive entrance hall with thick pillars supporting the cracked ceiling. The unhallowed life you now sense from inside the tower makes you giddy. Youth will soon be yours. Okay, we've got this guy again. So he's going to offer us an item for 2 luck. Alright, let's take it this time and see what he gives us. Some of your good fortune in exchange for a useful item. It is a done deal. You receive your item and the creature disappears into the shadows with an evil smile. You are left alone with the tower waiting. We get... Ooh. Intelligence +2. The eye of this small wand follows your every move, and in those few quiet moments you have, it whispers. It tells you answers to things forbidden and best left unexplored. We'll keep that. I've now got 5 intelligence, which is pretty cool. Your thoughts seem clearer and sharper now. Okay, we've seen the tentacles. We don't have the mirror this time, so let's... we've got a dex roll. We have 3 decks. Let's just see what happens here. That is a fail. Let's re-roll that. Oh god, use all our luck in the first room. Oh no! Come on. Oh god. Well, so this is going to be over in record time. One of the tentacles swiftly lashes out and grabs your arm, while another bashes you across the neck. As your ears ring, you free yourself from the tentacles and sprint into the next room. On display is an ancient, decaying scroll. The open part of the scroll reveals a parade of demons or devils, each unique and indescribably weird. Each one dances with mad glee, celebrating some horrible event best left to the imagination. See more. You slowly roll out more of the scroll, expecting a curse or trap, but nothing happens. There's no text, just these creatures on parade. The more you see, the less horrible it becomes, until you laugh at the bizarre manifestations on the paper. It is a parody, a parade of fools, each demon being a joke of equally the mighty and the poor. A strange thing for the Lich to own, you think, before you move on. Ooh. On a narrow platform stands a statue from an unknown land, guarded by spear traps. Its ageless face gazes back at you with contempt, and from where you stand you can see that it holds something in its hands. But you'd better be quick if you want to snatch it, those spears look ready. Okay, well let's do... high intelligence, and we're getting all dex rolls so far. Well, let's try it. Looks like a pass, yeah, cool. You leap forward, quickly ducking the eager spears, pick up what the statue clutches, and almost somersault back to the safe part of the room. Oh, she's doing well for her age. You now have what the spears protected, a very useful item. The golden ring depicts a snake eating its tail. Wearing this ring, you discover that your muscles and joints become loose and flexible. Simultaneously, they seem to lose their raw power. Let's see what the effect is. So, -2 strength. I wonder if that's going to take us to minus strength, but we do get 3 dex. So, potentially... yeah, we are -2 strength. So any strength rolls we do are going to be very, very difficult, but the other stats are looking pretty good. The ring makes you feel like you can tie a knot of yourself. Okay, we saw the 2 farmhouses thing, we'll move on. An unholy game machine shows a boy with a green cap exploring an icy palace. Confounded, you stand before it until you deem it to not be a trap. I'm trying to think if this is a what it's a reference to. You try the buttons, learn how to use them quickly, and then play for a while, but fail to defeat the giant eyeball, who seems to control the dungeon of the icy palace. To not waste more time, you reluctantly leave the game and press forward. Incidentally, if you know what that's a reference to, let me know in the comments. Crawling towards you comes a gargantuan abomination. Its mandibles click with excitement for the fresh meat you'll provide if it defeats you. Well, this is a strength roll. We're at -2 strength. We have 2 HP. We have no luck. So this is going to be over very quickly unless we somehow pull this off. We're dead. Okay, well that was very short. So okay, very short. Why don't we do one more? We'll do another easy one. So that was unfortunate. I mean, we didn't get any intelligence checks despite having high intelligence. So we definitely want something of that. I feel like strength, certainly the ones we've seen, might be the least useful. I don't know. So I'm considering Katata the Fast. 1 strength, 3 dex, 2 intelligence. Let's try her. There has not been a day since the journey's beginning when Katata has not cursed herself for her decision. Though not a stranger to hardships as the daughter of a mercenary, she is a child of the sun and warmth, not this freezing hell. But greed is a powerful motivator, and even if the loan sharks and fences get their cut, this will be her final job before an early retirement. To a life of hedonistic comfort and pleasure. No thief would have dared this undertaking to break into the home of the undead sorcerer and steal his treasures. The audacity of her plan is staggering. But this is not the first time Katata has done the impossible and got away with it. Why would this time be different? Okay, so we're in the same room. We'll probably get the same deal. I'm going to take it again and see if we get a different offer, a different item. We got a book this time. Ger's Arcana. So this gives us intelligence +1, which is nice because we've got 2, so that brings us up to a nice round 3. Cool. The bookshelf, I think that's probably a worthwhile trade-off. The bookshelves in this room are full of old tomes, brimming with knowledge about lands and cultures. However, what catches your attention is instead the large table with a map on top of it. The map displays continents very alien to you. What world is this, and why is the map here? Briefly browse the books. You notice that an old book in an unfamiliar language, with drawings of deserts, pyramids, and peculiar stone art, has seen plenty of use. Is this the favourite book of the tower's ruler? Well, let's study the map closer. The names of settlements and lands are completely foreign to you. You even find a massive whirlpool in the ocean between the large continents. How strange. Neither do you find a system in the marks, notes, and tokens distributed on the map. Continue. Got the cheesy toenail boat. That's alright, we'll continue. What's this one? As you enter the... I don't think we've seen this. As you enter the room, you see a thin bridge with some frozen bodies on. On each side of the bridge is a dark, deep abyss, where a constant moaning can be heard from its unseen bottom. The sound is almost unbearable, but there is no other way except across the bridge. We could do a strength roll, but it doesn't have a downside, so let's just try it. I'm not going to do... Actually, no, look, one reroll. One reroll. I want to see what happened. No, okay, fine. Body's either too heavy for you or stuck frozen to the floor. Okay, well, we've moved on. Okay, we've seen Odin before. This is new. In the middle of the room is a large ornamented sarcophagus of gold and stone. Though it is bad luck to disturb the ancient dead, you're certain it contains secrets and useful things. The lid looks heavy, so you should be careful. See, now we're getting all strength rolls when we have low strength. Let's search the room. There is an urn with bones, but it has nothing of value. Okay. Guess we'll try and open the sarcophagus. That looks like a success. With all your strength, you start lifting the lid, and with a mighty roar, you fling it to the side. Inside, you find a rotten body and an item, but surprisingly, there are no secrets. How quaint. So this is the same one. Do I want to go down to that little strength again? Yeah, go on. Look how dexterous we are. Continue. Okay, bad idea to remove the cork. I'm going to abide by that. Let's move on. There's this one. This is a dex check, so you'd hope that we could be pretty good at this. But we roll snake eyes. Automatic failure. Okay, you are quick but not quick enough. Blah, 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 blah. Take a wound. Stuck into the floor is an old holy symbol where the lower part seems to be a blade. Did a cleric make a final stand here? Is this the lost weapon of a divine warrior? Gripping it with both hands, you discover you cannot pull it up. Reluctantly, you press forward. But the mushrooms. So this... intelligence, we'll try to identify them again. It might be useful. Yeah. You think these are hex hats. They're not harmful to your health, but definitely to your mind. We've got, again, we're high in dex. You'd hope this would be a successful roll, and this time it actually is. You slowly make your way across the room, and though it is sometimes close, you avoid stepping on any mushrooms. Leaning against the wall is the body of a fallen hero. Though rotten and frozen, his beard and hair still have the bright colour of fiery red. Beside him lies a rusty, useless sword with its runes spelling out the name Blue Tongue. The owner was an adventurer just like you, but now dead and forgotten. What was his purpose, and why did he fail? Well, no matter. You're certain that you'll succeed. Okay, so we got this one where we tried to brew the potion of life before and failed. It's an intelligence check. We've got a couple of re-rolls, so why don't we try and get this time? It's a failure, but I'll use a re-roll. That looks good. Good. Okay, so it's +2 health. Oh, I've got a max of 6. I didn't realise. I was hoping maybe I could go up to 8 on that. Okay. Well, we know the book doesn't have anything useful, so blah, 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 blah. Pictures of toads. A beast has scratched the walls with its claws. Judging from the size of the marks, it is an immense horror, almost as big as the room itself. Close to the claw marks, you find tufts of long blue hair and crumbs of something that looks like cookies. Inspect the crumbs. You pick up some crumbs, feeling and smelling them. No, this is not cookies. This is something called sweet rolls. You can even get a faint whiff of the icing. Your stomach growls, but there are no sweet rolls in sight. Time to continue. Large chunks of the roof have fallen and destroyed the room's interior, and beyond tiles and rocks it seems empty. When you're leaving the room, you spot something under a large stone among the rubble. It's a small chest with wide cracks, and you see something shiny inside. I mean, there isn't a downside for failing, so we'll try it, even though we'd need to roll very high to pass this. I think we'll just accept the failure. Despite your best efforts, you conclude in frustration that the stone is immovable. You leave the chest behind with a disgruntled sigh and continue your journey. Okay. A winged pale shadow falls from the ceiling. Eager for your blood, it comes straight at your neck with bared fangs. Another strength roll, another failure. I'm going to accept the health loss, though, because it's only 1, and we got 6. You're too slow for the creature. The winged beast pierces your neck with its fangs before you manage to grab it by its leathery wings and tear it asunder. A platform floats above a black abyss in this strange burial chamber, with sharp spears at each end. As you ride the platform, you spot an item in an alcove. You can grab it if you like, but you only have 1 chance, and that chance is quickly coming up. So we have a intelligence roll. Okay. That is a success. Let's do it. You focus and wait for the moment, then you quickly stretch out your hands while balancing on the platform and reach into the alcove at the right time. You now have an item in your hands. Let's inspect. A sparkling blue gem of some metallic ore. And I guess we'll keep it. It seems eager to be used, but how? I don't know. Okay, we've got an undead again. We've seen this before. This one is a intelligence roll, so better chance of us actually passing this. Looks okay. Good. You realise the creature is trying to press you into a corner. You pretend to fall for it, and at the last moment shift your weight in the opposite direction. As the creature goes left, you go right and swiftly part its head from its body. Okay, we've got the wall of fire again. So we actually... Let's try the intelligence roll again. We've got a decent chance of passing. 6 is enough. If you shuffle together a large pile of snow and ice in the corridor you came from, and roll it in and then run quickly through the fire, that would lessen the damage. I think we have more chance of that than the strength roll, so I'm gonna do that. I'll take the 1 hit to health. There we go. Fine. Laying on the floor is a ruined sword broken in 2 parts. There is a puddle of blood beside it, still fresh and warm, and signs that a battle occurred here not long ago, with tracks leading forward to where you are going. Alright. The blade was beautiful, worthy of a mighty warrior. Whatever happened to that adventure was probably a gruesome fate. Howling Abyss, we've seen this. So this is a dex check, which we should potentially be good at. Let's try it. Yeah, good. Walking across the hallway, you step on a tile that clicks loudly. One of the statues in the room suddenly spits out a sharp dart, flying at you. So we've got to try and evade that. But again, dex is pretty good for us. We roll a 10. Lovely stuff. You quickly swing to the side and exhale, narrowly avoiding the dart by making yourself thinner. Thinner. A puzzle of ice dominates the room. You also see a chest behind a barricade of thick iron spears. Somehow you guess the two are linked. Would solving the puzzle grant access to the chest? Let's first of all search the room for clues. You search but find no clues. There is, however, a piece of green cloth on the floor, probably from a tunic or cap belonging to some unlucky young adventurer. Well, this is intelligence, so we could probably give this a go. 6 is a success. There we go. You push the icy blocks around, and though it is a tricky puzzle, as the blocks glide until stopped by a wall or another block, you finally figure it out. With a loud click, the spears start to descend, I'm sure, and you can now grab whatever the chest contains. Let's have a look. Ooh, it's a key. Discard our gem, and we will keep the key. Yeah. Ooh, you find a small and simple stone chest hidden in the corner underneath some rubble, neither trapped nor locked when you look closer. Wondering what's inside, you take a deep breath and flip it open. Inside you see some crumbling papers, but also an item. Despite its monkey-like wicked demeanour and mad grin, you instantly feel compelled to wear this mask. When you do, your movements become quicker and your entire body more agile. It'd be nice to know what it did. I'm going to discard the ring, because I think it might have a slightly similar effect. Yeah, we get the 2 decks without losing the strength. So it's slightly less dex. It was 6 before, but we keep a strength. So that's good. I think that's a positive. You suddenly feel like dancing and climbing to get some fruit. Finding so many items here. We didn't find hardly any in our first run. Okay, hang on. 3 monoliths stand before a sacrificial pit that has not been used for a while. The central stone is carved with intricate runes that describe a godlike entity, dead but dreaming. It resides in an underwater city with a name that eludes your comprehension. Its syllables foreign and unpronounceable in any language you know. Such a story would damage your mind any other day before this journey. But you have seen a lot, and this is nothing for you now. Search the bones. You climb into the pit and search among the bones for something useful, but there are just the broken remains. These sacrifices were probably brought to this room naked, their valuables stored elsewhere. A huge butterfly sits with an ever-changing glowing psychedelic pattern on the wall. You cannot help gazing at it and notice that you get dizzy just by looking at it briefly. So we've got an intelligence roll, which is pretty good. We've got 3 intelligence, so that's not too bad. That's a fail, though. I'm going to accept the sanity -1. We've got a bunch of that. You cannot turn your eyes away and feel that your mind takes damage just looking at this bug. With your eyes unable to let go, you approach the weird insect, which you then decisively crush. Ooh. A statue stands alone in a room where sharp, menacing spears protrude from every inch of the floor. The pointy heads are everywhere and at all angles, and you must be mindful of each step forward. Let's look at the statue. The face of the statue has a sadistic grin, probably because it likes sharp spears. Well, let's do the dex roll then. See what that gets us. That's good. Move on past. You slowly walk through the forest of spears, crossing the room without a scratch. Made it to the Lich. With heavy, tired footsteps and wounds on both body and mind, you finally reach the top of the tower. The Lich awaits in his throne room, where snow from cracks in the walls blows along the ice-covered floor. It seems he prefers the most frigid room, which is no surprise for you. With trepidation, you enter his most private domain, slowly setting one foot in front of the other. He looks no more than a corpse on that icy throne, a husk of a human, deceptively weak. But you know better. He knows that you are here. With surprise, you look around. Where is the gold? Then you see it hiding underneath a thick layer of ice and snow. It looks no more than a discarded floor decoration, but you know its true value. A passing thought makes you wish that the Lich is truly dead. Hang on. Dog barking downstairs. And what you stare at is no more than some skeleton remains. But that would be too easy, would it not? Though it looks lifeless, death is the Lich's domain, and he defeated it long ago. Suddenly, the Lich's eyes flare to life, and he gazes back at you. No words are uttered, but you feel a chill along your spine and whispers at the edge of your mind. He looks for weaknesses now by probing your mind, but you will not satisfy his curiosity. He will only meet a will of steel. The Lich nods, and if he could smile, you know he would manifest a wicked grin. He slowly raises his hand, almost like a salute. You start sensing the hairs on the back of your neck standing up, and then you both smell and hear it. The act of sorcery. With the stench of sulphur slowly filling your nostrils, the Lich utters arcane whispers that turn into loud words. The sorcerous energies swirl with otherworldly colours around his hands as he slowly floats up from his throne. You ready your weapon, tense your body, and grit your teeth in fear and anticipation. This is why you ascended the tower, and it will be the fight of your life. Death or victory awaits. Okay. The Lich summons 2 unholy Kupesh swords and comes at you with the blades swirling like a wind of death. One swipe could cut you badly. We could parry with strength, which seems a bad idea because we could dodge. And if we succeed, we'll damage the Lich. And Dex is our highest stat after all. We only need to roll a 4. And we do, so we'll do 1 damage to him. He's got 6 HP, now is 5. You swiftly dodge the curved blades, while at the same time you counter with your weapon and harm the Lich. The room grows gradually warmer. Suddenly the Lich manifests a small hailstorm of glowing embers with his sorcery that starts raining down on you. Another Dex check, let's do it. Nice. 4 health. You successfully dodge the scorching slag, not even taking a blister, and retaliate with a strike in the Lich's face. For a brief moment, the Lich shows you the horrible secrets of the universe and beyond, forcing you to see the truth. Can your mind take it? An intelligence check, which is good. We've got decent intelligence, so that looks like a successful roll. Down half health for the Lich. You know your purpose and role in the world, thus you're mentally resilient enough to stand against these terrors before you stride forward and strike the Lich. The Lich speaks an infernal phrase and points an archaic, blood-covered dagger at you. You feel that the undead sorcerer is trying to steal the very essence of your life. This is a strength check, which is our weakest one. And failure means that we get hurt and he heals, so we need to do this. That looks bad. I'm going to have to re-roll that, I think. Sucks. He's back up to 5, we're down to 2. You cannot withstand this powerful magic, and you feel your life force being drained. Well, in horror, you see the Lich being healed. A sickly green light floods the chamber. You feel that the Lich tries to invade your mind as horrible spectral apparitions dance on the walls, filling you with fear. Intelligence check, let's do it. That looks good. Back down to 4. You steal your mind, remembering why you are here. Thus, you stride forward, conquering your fear, and strike the Lich. What have we got? Dex check, please. No, it's strength. Although we could burn them, which we wouldn't harm him. But I'd rather not lose health. The Lich summons a swarm of bugs that descend upon you like a black cloud from the 9 hells. The bugs bite deep and try to crawl into your mouth while you force yourself not to scream. I'm going to try burning them because it is a Dex roll, and we're good at those. Stalemate. Use your torch. You swipe fast and as you can around you as a defensive action. The bugs burn and fall to the ground while you slowly back away from the Lich. Okay, got another Dex check. With its inhuman mind alone, the Lich tears chunks of rock from the walls of his tower and starts hurling them at you. Dex, please. Good. Down to 3 again. You successfully avoid the lunging stones, and for a moment it's like a dance, which promptly ends with you cutting the Lich. Damn strength. Okay. We fail this, we die. The Lich summons an ancient Ankh staff from nothingness and directs its corrupt purple energy towards you. You feel the purple tendrils eagerly stealing your strength and spirit, drinking deep from your very being. This is it, no luck. This all comes to... Ah, we did it. You will not fall to the Lich's sorcery. With all your strength of body and mind, you stand in full concentration, withstanding the Lich's attack. Okay, we've got an intelligence check. The Lich suddenly splits into multiple copies, each as horrible as the original, and starts circling you, trying to find a gap in your defense. Which is the real one? That looks good. There we go. Down to 2. You will not be fooled. Perceptive as you are, you see which is real, and to the Lich's surprise, your weapon strikes true. I daren't risk the strength check when we can use Dex. So the room turns deadly Deathly frigid as the Lich draws on the cold in the room to bombard you with fierce icy blasts. We'll just try and dodge. Success. You throw yourself behind the protection of a pillar before the burst of icy death engulfs you. The Lich laughs at your lack of resolve, but you avoided the worst of the cold. Okay, we've done this one. This is a dex check to hurt him. So we've seen the Khopesh swords. Let's dodge. 8 is a success. He's down to 1 health. What's he got? Another dex check. This is it. That's a failure. Oh no, it's a... Oh, that just manages the DC. There you go, Lichy boy. Victory. All that glitters is not gold, but in the Lich's treasury all the loot is certain to be of this desirable metal. As Katata dips her hand in the piles of coins and gems and marvels at the priceless items, she laughs with fierce, unyielding greed. She knows she will be rich beyond all comprehension and is determined to make it so. Her only problem is how to carry her future back to civilization. But greed is a powerful force, and not one coin will be wasted in this endeavour. There we go. I think that's probably a good place to leave it. 2 failures and a success. This was the Tower of the Ice Lich. It's due to come out, I think, on the 28th of March as I record this. So yeah, if you like those sort of choose your own adventure games, check it out. I'll have a link to the Steam store page in the description to this video, so do check it out. If you enjoyed this video, if you could hit the like button, that'd be amazing. Be certain to leave me a comment as well. Let me know what you thought about it. And if you're watching this and not yet subscribed to the channel, if you could do that, that'd be amazing. So thanks very much. I hope to see you next time on Boring Dad Gaming. Bye for now.